The Battle of Mulegé was an American attack on Mulege, Baja California Sur, during the Mexican-American War. On the 2nd of October 1847, United States Marines and sailors fought with Mexican militia. Background: on August 10, 1847, United States Navy Commodore William Shubrick had resumed command of the Pacific Squadron. His first orders upon retaking command was the sending of sloops of war Dale and Portsmouth along with the frigate Congress to commence a new blockade of Mazatlan, Guaymas and San Blas. When the Dale arrived alone at La Paz in mid-September, the commander of the U.S. occupation force there, Lieutenant Colonel Henry S. Burton, persuaded the Dale's commander, Thomas O. Selfridge, to sail for Loreto and Mulege to prevent the landing of supplies from Guaymas and to secure a pledge of neutrality from the Mexican inhabitants. On September 30, the Dale entered the port of Mulege under British colors. After Dale was anchored, it lowered the British flag and raised the Stars and Stripes. Lieutenant Eunice Augustus McDonough Craven of Dale went ashore under a flag of truce and delivered to the Mexican emissary, Sub-Lt. Jesus Aviles, a message that Californias was American territory, which prompted Aviles's request for time to consider. Craven then seized the Mexican Navy schooner Magdalena, which had brought Captain Manuel Pineda days before from Guaymas. On October 1, Commander Selfridge sent a letter ashore warning the Mexican authorities to lay down their arms, to preserve neutrality, and to abstain from contact with the mainland within 3 hours. Returning again after 3 hours, Craven received Pineda's refusal of the ultimatum. Returning again the next morning, Craven received Pineda's written rejection. Captain Pineda stating that he refused to be neutral and is in protest against the Dale's use of British flag to enter the port. Battle. Pineda's defiance did not go unanswered. At 2 p.m. on the 2nd of October, 1847, Lieutenant Craven with 17 Marines and 57 sailors landed at the entrance to Mulege Creek and proceeded up the right bank. Just after landing, Dale began her bombardment, which reportedly had little effect. Now on shore, the American Marines and sailors proceeded to a nearby hill, occupied by a strong Mexican force commanding the town. Before reaching the hill, however, a shot was fired from a window of a nearby house and from a thicket to the Americans' left. Immediately, Craven dispatched a small force to attack and burn the house while he attacked the thicket. The house was burned and Lieutenant Craven encountered no one in the thicket or additional houses. The Americans took the hill, the Mexicans retreating beyond the stream, and from several ambuscades, fired upon the Americans' left flank. The American forces responded with several volleys of return fire which forced the Mexicans to flee up the creek. Marching to the village at the foot of the hill, they found it deserted before proceeding to the river road. Lieutenant Craven's men were again attacked by Mexican insurgents firing from the jungle on the opposite bank, but his fire along with the boat gun drove them off. The farthest Craven took his force was 3 miles from the mouth of the river. With the approach of night, Craven then proceeded to take his men back aboard the Dale. Aftermath. Craven thought he had inflicted chastisement, while Manuel Pineda reported the enemy made off shamefully, having inflicted exemplary punishment. The Mexican victory at Mulege ensured that the Baja California Peninsula would remain a Mexican territory and not be annexed by the United States of America. After the battle at Mulege, the Dale sailed for La Paz, with the Magdalena in tow, reaching it on the 8th of October. Commander Selfridge chartered a small schooner from an American citizen living at La Paz, christened it Libertad, and armed it with a 9-pounder on a pivot. Assigned to Lt. Craven, his mission was to sever communication between Mulege and Guaymas. On the 2nd of November, Craven captured the sloop Alerta before heading to Guaymas on the 19th of November. Additional reading: Nathan Covington Brooks, A Complete History of the Mexican War. Justin H. Smith, The War with Mexico, Vols. I and II. John R. Spears, The History of the Navy, Volume 3, pp. 401–409. K. Jack Bauer, Surfboats and Horse Marines. President James K. Polk's Message on War with Mexico, May 11, 1846, in Documents of American History, 9th edition, Volume I, p. 311. This article incorporates text from the Public Domain Dictionary of American Naval Fighting Ships. The entry can be found here.